You won't believe what financial strategy Bob Proctor recommended in his book, You Were Born Rich. You know, if you know Bob Proctor, he is known for things like mindset and talking about the conscious versus the subconscious mind. He's known for the law of attraction. A lot of people discovered him when he was featured in the movie The Secret. And he became a very well-known wealth and financial coach as well as a mindset coach. And he passed away last year in 2022 after a very successful career. Recently, I ran across his book, You Were Born Rich. I had read this many years ago when I first discovered Bob Proctor. I think the very first time I ran across Bob Proctor, he was being interviewed by John Assaraf, and this was like a couple of decades ago. And I was really fascinated by him. I mean, he speaks with such certainty, and I've followed him and listened to him on and off. And so recently I ran across this book and I remember enjoying the stories. So I started reading it again, and I was absolutely in shock when I read this. This is on page 34. By the way, this was a best-selling book, I think back in 1984. It's been reprinted a few times. And I read this. Understand this, there's no way to replace your income and create a certain and instant estate other than life insurance. And statistics indicate that although most people are insured, the vast majority of people, at least 90%, are dangerously underinsured. That is to say, when they die, most people leave behind only enough money to pay for their funeral and possibly enough money to cover their family's living expenses for 1 year. The unfortunate part is that for a relatively small sum of money, these people could have had their financial affairs set up in such a way that if something did happen to them, their financial goals would be reached by their families automatically. Since this book is designed to help you reach a substantial financial goal, I felt duty bound to include the information on life insurance. The book would not be complete without it. And he goes on and he also talks about paying off debt and paying yourself. So he does talk about some strategies, but this is why I was so interested by it, because he is known as, Mr. Law of Attraction and talking about abundance and energy in your subconscious mind. And if you know my work, I have the MAPS framework, the Money MAPS framework, which is mindset and action. Your actions are your habits. The P stands for your plan, or you might say the strategies, the path that you follow. And the S stands for support. And, I run across people that really get stuck in this idea, this law of attraction idea, that you don't have to think about the how. You just hold that vision in your mind and you envision yourself a millionaire. You envision the generational wealth of your family. And even Mr. Law of Attraction, Bob Proctor, talks about a concrete financial strategy. And you also may know that I've written about life insurance for years. I've co-written and edited several books, including books with Kim Butler. And this is not a commercial for life insurance. I think life insurance is a great product, especially for anybody who has children, dependents, a spouse, anybody who is relying on their income. I believe you should absolutely have life insurance. Let me know if you want to know more about that. But my point here is simply to note that that it's not all mindset, that that mindset that we have around our future wealth, around our money goals, around our abundance, it needs to include concrete strategies. And that's one reason why I'm launching this mini course right now about money momentum. And we're going to talk about strategies. I want people to understand the different asset classes and understand that wealth is built not just with mindset. I believe it all flows from mindset, because until you make that decision, until you can dwell in the identity of somebody who is financially successful, you're not even going to find the strategies or learn about the strategies. You're not going to be willing to use the strategies. However, there are people that get stuck in thinking that it's only mindset, and that is also not true. So this is a good book. I recommend Bob Proctor's You Were Born Rich. As far as a book that I've written on life insurance, I co-wrote a book with Kim Butler called Perpetual Wealth. It is all about generational wealth. Spent years researching and writing that book, learned a lot. It really transformed how I think about generational wealth and families and communications, and there's multi-generation strategies there. It's available on Amazon, Perpetual Wealth by yours truly, Kate Phillips and Kim Butler. Go check it out. And give me, I'll leave a link if you want to check out Money Momentum. It starts, oh my goodness, tomorrow on March 1st. So not much of a warning there. But let me know if you're a Bob Proctor fan, and if so, what you've learned from him. I honestly haven't been following him in recent years, but again, just ran across this book, decided to read it again. Don't really remember it, but I do remember there were some good stories in it. And yeah, so check it out. Let me know what you think of the book. Have an awesome rest of your day. Remember, you are powerful, you are prosperous, and you are free. Bye-bye.